today. As you can see from the title, I'm finally getting some of the cylinder head refresh, so to speak. I'm going down to Vinny now to have all the bits I fitted, all the bits I bought a few weeks back. So make sure you go hit that video if you want to see what I actually got for the car. I think I'm going to be splitting today's video into two parts, simply because I know it's going to be a long day. It's going to be a lot of recording, it'll be a lot of footage, so I'm going to split it into two. But I think today I'll probably be posting up is fitting the valve springs, pipe valve springs, and obviously changing the valve stem seals and the lifters. So I'm heading down to Vinny now. I've got a 2-hour drive. Oh, it's a long way to go, but it's going to be worth the trip to go have him do it for me and go meet him again. So again, 2 hours drive is literally seconds for you. So I'll see you in a minute. Right, I'm finally here. It took me 3 hours to get in here. The main man here, Vinny. He's obviously doing the work on the car. Obviously, like I said, we could be doing the springs, valve stem seals and the lifters today in today's video, and then next week it will be the cams and the cam belt kit and all that. Then will be the first start. So Vinny will basically explain as he's going, as he's doing the work on the car, if it's something you want to attempt yourself as well. But let's crack on. Right, so what's the first sort of like procedure for doing all this? Then obviously take all the
outside stuff off, like air filter, take all the pipes off basically, take the rocker cam cover off, timing belt cover, take one of the spark plugs out, get it all lined up and TDC, and then start taking the belt off. And then basically once you done the belt, start undoing all the cam caps to undo the cams, remove cams, and then start getting inside, getting the lifters out, etc. Yeah, basically. So yeah, just making sure everything's okay and it's healthy, and yeah, start with the procedures really. So
yeah, spot on, mate.
Yeah.
Right, as you can see, the cam belt covers off now. The belt was apparently done 10,000 miles ago, but if Vinny's just showing it, I think you see how much slack the belt has.
I mean, yeah.
So that sort of tells me the belt, it does need changing. So I'm glad I brought the kit. I'm glad I just did it for the sake of doing it. So yeah. VXR life, guys. But it's getting done.
Right, so basically it's the bottom crank. Basically, that's the timing mark there, Obviously it's not timed up yet, and this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be lining that up with that, with a full rotation to get top dead centre. So this will turn twice to every one full turn of the cam pulleys.
Right, okay.
So what we'll do is get it all lined up, and then start procedure of stripping everything down, getting the cams off and water pump and
all the good stuff.
Yeah, all the good stuff. Get all the shiny bits on.
That's it, yeah. All the shiny bits you won't see.
That's it, yeah. But they will be there.
Well, so obviously we've got the engine suspended on some from underneath, so what he's going to do now is obviously undo these engine mounts, so obviously gain access to the actual cam belt itself. So obviously with that in the way, you can't obviously get it off. So that's the plan for now. So you're basically getting it all timed up now. Well, yeah. So that comes up to TDC, I see.
Yeah. This will come up probably twice before we get this actually lined up, or you'll probably do it in the one time.
Yeah.
Hopefully. But yeah, we're just going to go rotate it now, and as you can see, the marks are coming around. And as you can see, the rod here will be coming up as well at the same time. And then there you go, that will be top dead centre now, because this is at the top, these are lined up. And if we go down below,
you can sort of see it.
You can see it?
Yeah, that lines up with the bottom one as well.
Yeah. So now we know we're all timed up. The bottom crank's in the right place. Coming up to the top cams, they're in the right place. Ready to remove the timing belt now, and yeah.
Happy days.
Please, yeah.
Right, shout out to the last guy who done the cam belt on this, because that there is usually a Torx bolt. Yes, male Torx bolt isn't it usually, and apparently they're an absolute nightmare to get off. It's been replaced with a proper bolt, so obviously that makes life a lot easier for obviously removal of that, because the Torx bolt's usually stuck to death, and it's an absolute nightmare to remove. So if you've got a Vauxhall and you do engine work, you'll know exactly what we mean.
Yeah.
Right, the rock cover's off. Quite surprised at how clean the engine is, actually, to be fair. I'm actually I was expecting to be really filthy in there, but it's not actually too awful.
No.
Which is, again, it's only a good thing.
That's it. Yeah. That's it.
Rock cover maybe is a bit filthy, but is what it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So plan now.
Right, now what we have is we have a sequence for everyone, basically. Ignore all this, Right. When you're undoing the cams and all that lot, there's a sequence to start with these caps in order. It starts from the middle and you spiral your way out. So basically,
work from the in out.
Yeah, you'll do this one, that one, that one. Obviously, like that one, 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 that one. And then when you're doing it back up, you've got the same procedure for outwards, work your way back in.
Yeah.
Obviously, we know this already, but we're just doing it for the viewers at home, so they can see.
So you can actually physically see yourself.
Yeah, because you can cause some serious harm if you do it like
do it wrong.
Start undoing it.
Yeah.
As you do, which I've seen a lot of people do, and it can cause a lot of damage.
A lot of mess.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
a lot of mess and a lot of money.
Yeah, that's it. And that's something you don't want in this sort of type of car.
Well, that's exactly that.
Yeah. So right, we'll crack on and start it off and start doing it. Obviously the cam caps, you just put back in situ.
The same way they came off.
Yeah, because they are all numbered. You've got number 1, 2, and then 3. They all go in sequence.
Yeah, so you
don't
can't
miss.
Yeah, you can't really get it wrong.
No, because they're actually set to the actual cut of the actual cam.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right then, all the lifters are out. Obviously, the top end of the cams and all the retainer things and everything else is out the way. So obviously now here is tops of the valve springs, which is obviously need to push the compress down.
Yeah.
Obviously, first need to make sure we can secure the valve from stop it from dropping down.
Yeah.
So you can't just take them off, because what will happen is the valve will just drop and then you're in a world of hurt.
That's right.
So we'll get to that next. Right, you have quite a unique way of doing this, haven't you? Most people use air compressors to obviously keep the valve in situ.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, a lot of people do it, or they say it's the correct way of doing it. Yeah, it's totally fine. It's good.
Yeah.
Each to their own sort of thing. But me personally, I always worry the fact that if you lose compression through your compressor, you're going to drop it. So, yeah, to be honest with you, it's my best way of doing things. It's the safer way. You know nothing's going to drop through, and you're not going to have a failure on a hose pipe or something for the air and lose the compression, basically.
Yeah. So what is it you actually have to do? Right.
So basically, what I do is I've got a long bit of string. Both piston 4 and piston 1 are at the very bottom now. They've gone to the bottom. Piston 2 and 3 are at top dead centre. Yeah. So now with piston 4 and piston 1, I'm going to fill the bores up with string in a spiral, like just sort of work it in there until it works all the way up to basically the very end of that. Yeah. So I know how much is gone in. So they're both equal length. Yeah. And then what I'll do is I'll go down to the crank, do it clockwise and compress all string in the bores back up to the valves.
Yeah, so there's basically no chance ever them valves dropping. It's physically something there, not just compressed air. There's physically something there.
That's right, exactly.
So it's quite a clever idea, to be fair.
Is, yeah,
and it's something anyone can do.
Yeah,
you don't need an expensive compressor at home or anything like that.
No, that's right. I mean, a lot of people will probably hate you for doing it this way and say, no, rip the head off, do this and do that and that. But you're creating more work, especially if you don't need to.
Yeah, exactly. It's more cost and more time.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, exactly that.
So that way you know everything's okay. We know the valves are okay because it's been tested and pressurised with Warren.
That's it, yeah.
So that's all been done. So we know that side of things okay. Yeah. So we don't really need to fill it up with air. We just do it with a string.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
So,
okay, let's crack on with that then.
Fill that up. Yep.
Well, then obviously all the strings in now, isn't it? So what's this a case now of just
going down to the crank, rotating it, compressing it, and compressing
just bunching the string up. But
that's it. Yeah. So it just go back and forward a couple of times until it's found its happy medium place.
Yeah.
Yeah, there ain't really much to it because basically the boards in the actual thing, the cylinder, is probably about that sort of size.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's a big part and you've got to
put loads.
It's pretty self-explanatory really, but yeah. So what we do is go and spin the crank over, and down here. And just remember, guys, as well, when you're actually doing it, that you work on a clockwise procedure and an anti-clockwise procedure. You don't just keep on rotating it,
It's to cause damage to that.
Yeah, that's it. And plus you'll get out of sync where it's timed up to. So, yeah. So, that's compressed. And then what we're doing is just go down a bit, back, and then back up. And that is compressed. You
physically won't turn.
Yeah. I mean, obviously don't go too mad.
Yeah, see, yeah.
But yeah, that's compressed. The string won't come out, and it's left there, so that's all happy. Right, next thing is to set the Wonder Wizard tool.
Just to compress the spring so you can get the collets out.
That's it. Yeah. Right. Thing. That's the thing what they do for the valves.
Oh, okay.
But if your compressor goes down or your hose bursts or something,
that's it, you've had it, ain't you? And what was he just trying to get the collets from the top of the valve there?
Yeah.
Pressing the spring down.
Yeah.
And
it's sort of loosen it a bit now. Now I can get the small magnet. Lovely, cheers mate.
The proper little fiddly things, aren't they, them collets?
Yeah. Nice and low there.
Oh, okay, yeah, so they are proper tiny. It's mad really, them little things are responsible for holding that valve, doing all that really. Yeah. So it's in there.
Lovely too. Yeah,
now we're assuming that's all ready to come out.
Yeah.
It's a case of getting the valve stem seal out, I assume.
It, yeah. Long nose pliers. You have to have a fight with these sometimes. That's it.
That's it. How does that look to you?
Yeah, it hasn't come apart or anything, but we'll get the rest off and have a look and inspect them, and hopefully there'll be one or two. So.
Happy days. Well, as you can see, the ones we took out here are the ones on the left, and these are the new ones, the ones on the right. These are the uprated ones. What's the actual difference between them, Vinny?
Right, what it is basically with the standard ones is under high applicants and all that lot, these can get brittle and sort of pop off the actual head where they actually sit. These ones actually are held in by the spring when the spring sits on top. I mean, they're actually better because they don't lift with the valve when they're going up and down.
That's it,
Because a lot of them under high pressure, they can lift, and then that's when you start getting the oil smoke.
Yeah, the
from
blue
your
cold
turbo.
start and stuff
That's
like that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a better
So
way.
yeah, always get them on them goals. Don't go for stock ones. Spend a little bit. Look, they're not expensive. Let's face it.
Yeah, for the price and what they do and how good they are, they're so much better, and they work better. So yeah, so basically instead of having the old one where that holds on there, and then you got the valve sits inside there, that moves up and down, and it can come away.
Yeah, of course.
But with this one, it holds and it can't go nowhere.
Can't go anywhere.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot better. Right, so basically put that in there. Just pop it over. Work it down. And then basically push down with a little gentle tap. You'll hear the change note of the tapping basically. Yeah,
You can hear it there. You can hear the tone change. So it's sort of seated flat.
That's it.
It won't go anymore.
That's it. So you know they're in. Done. You've got new valve springs to go in as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll get those out and start
Get
applying
them in.
those. Yeah.
Well, obviously I'm putting Piper valve springs back in. I don't know if you can really see it in this, but that one is slightly thicker. And if I try and I can sort of squeeze this one down, but with the Piper one, it's really hard. So you can definitely got more spring in that one than compared to that one, 100%. So they are a lot more stiffer. But as I was saying to Vinny, I imagine compressing them down to put the collets back on top of the valve. It's also a lot harder.
Yeah. It's going to be fun.
Is there a trick to putting the collets back in?
Right, always use a little bit of grease on the inside so it gives something to stick to when you're putting it on. A little bit of grease on the back of the screwdriver, preferably with a magnetic one. It does help a little bit better. And then let's see if it plays ball and does it in the first time.
That's it.
Yeah, halfway. So spin that round. Now get the other one.
Let's repeat with the other side, the other half moon of it.
Yeah. So basically with the inside, just put a little dollop on the back. And then a little dollop on the inside, and these are actually tapered, so the top piece is thicker and the bottom piece is a little bit thinner,
So it can only go in one way.
yeah, so it goes in upside down, and then a little bit more magic grease. That's it. Now let's see if this one plays ball. Go. Just like that.
That's one done.
That's one.
So
Now 15.
only another 15 to go. So we're going to get all them back in. Because it's pointless filming every single one to show you how to do it once, and then we'll get back to you after the lifters. Right then, we are all done. Obviously all the new stem seals are in, the new springs and everything else. All of them are all nice and done, nice and new and shiny. So all that's left now to do is obviously put the lifters in. So obviously the pack there, there's another pack down there. Obviously these are the old springs coming out of them that came out, and the old valve stem seals. The Vinny was saying because they're green, they are the GM ones, so OEM spec ones. So just like the half decent ones in. Obviously not the modified ones, not the uprated ones. But yeah. So that is going to be it for us this time, guys. You can see the video's gone on quite a while, so make sure you tune in next week where we'll be putting the fast road cam in and obviously putting the cam bar kit, and you'll get to hear the first start and see what the car sounds like. So as always, guys, make sure you subscribe. Also, make sure you go follow him on Instagram. I'll put his Instagram somewhere here, and I'll see you on the next one.